Making that first resume is always such a challenge, isn't it? It's almost like a chicken and egg story. Until somebody gives you an internship, what are you going to write in your resume? But until you prepare a resume, no one will give you that internship. So how do you prepare a resume for someone who has no experience but still wants to stand out from other applicants? Well, let's find out. Hi everyone, I am Neha Agrawal. I'm the founder of Wise Up Communications, and in this video we are going to talk all about creating that first resume as a fresher with no work experience. I'm going to share information with you that you can include immediately without needing to do any additional courses or internships and have a full one-pager resume ready. So without further delay, let's get started. The first thing that creates an impact when a recruiter looks at your resume is the overall aesthetics. If your resume looks something like this, immediately the recruiter will know that you're somebody who is inexperienced, and they're going to carry that impression throughout while they read your resume. On the other hand, if your resume looks something like this or even this, then it will create a first positive impression on the recruiter. So the first thing you need to do is get hold of a professional template. Either you can get one online through free online resume builders, or you can join me for my professional resume building course where I share this editable template with you. Once you have a professional template, 50% of your work is done because majority of the people lose out on this aspect. Next is incorporating different sections in your resume. Now, as a fresher, one of the most important sections for us is the education section. Generally, when we have a lot of content to include in our resume, we present the education section like this in a tabular format where the information is crunched together. But for a fresher resume, we want our education section to occupy more space. So we're going to put it like this. So here what are we doing? We are writing our university or college name, time period when we've attended the university, degree name, program name, and our CGPA as well if it is good. Here, one thing that I would recommend all of you to include is the relevant coursework. Mention 3 to 4 subjects that you've studied in college as part of your curriculum, which is related to the program or the internship that you are applying to. This will not only help in filling up some space on your resume, but it will also act as keywords and show your relevant knowledge in the field. After that, you can also include your class 12 and class 10 information by writing your school name, board marks, etc. Next section would be academic projects. Now, even in the first year of college, you are given some assignments or some projects to work on as part of your college curriculum. So whatever these 1 to 2 projects that you worked on, mention them in these sections. Write the project title, when did you work on them, and some project details. If they are related, if these projects that you worked on are related to the internship or the program you're applying to, great. But even if they are not related, it's completely fine because it still shows that you at least you have some practical exposure and knowledge. After your education and academic project section, you can include a leadership section. So now generally when we join college, right in the first semester itself, we join a couple of clubs and societies, right? They could be technical clubs like car racing club, coding club, or they could also be cultural societies like drama club, music club, dance club, etc. Right? So you can incorporate all that information here in this section. Write the name of the club or society you're part of, when did you join them, and then mention some of your roles and responsibilities. And in no time you will see your resume has started to fill up. Next would be your skills and competencies section, and here you can include both your technical or hard skills and your soft skills. When it comes to technical skills, you can mention some of the Microsoft Office tools that you know, for example Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Apart from that, you can mention some programming languages that you know. Generally we are taught these as part of course curriculum, right? So you can simply mention them. Other than that, you can also mention some relevant tools and technologies that you are aware of. For example, if you're interested in a graphic design internship, then you must be knowing Canva or Adobe Photoshop. So these kind of things you can mention here. Now talking about soft skills. So soft skills are basically softer aspects of your personality. For example, communication skills, leadership skills, teamwork skills, problem solving skills. So you can mention some of them here as well. I would recommend not mentioning more than 3 to 4 skills and keeping them as relevant to your personality as possible. Another thing that you can mention in this section is languages. So the languages that you know, you can also mention them here, and along with that mention your proficiency level in these languages. For example, bilingual proficiency or native proficiency or limited working proficiency. So whatever it is, you can mention it here. After this section, you can also have an achievement section. Now you would be thinking, I've just started college, where am I going to get achievements from? Right? Well, don't worry, there are still certain things that you can include in this section. For example, test scores. So if you've gotten good test scores, for example, in your JEE, Olympiads, or even international tests like SAT, IELTS, TOEFL, etc., you can include them here in the achievement section. You can also mention some past achievements from school, like participating in national level swimming competition or getting the highest certificate in classical dance. These are once in a lifetime events and can definitely be mentioned on your resume. But please don't mention things like participating in intra-house sports competition or inter-school dance competition. Generally, we don't mention things from your school unless they are like a once-in-a-lifetime event or once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So in this way, you can also have an achievement section on your resume. Similarly, you can have an extracurricular activities section in your resume, where if you've participated in college level events like competitions, fests, hackathons, cultural events, sports events, all these things you can mention in this section. It's not necessary for you to win prize, but just your participation is enough to mention them in this section here. Finally, if you have some space left, you can also have a hobbies and interests section where you can mention some of the hobbies and interests that you have. For example, playing badminton, reading non-fiction books, public speaking, etc. So in this way, you can prepare a professional resume as a fresher with no experience. Now, if you wish to learn how to write each and every section of a resume in detail, receive an editable resume template, and most importantly, get one-to-one resume feedback from me, then you can join me for my 3-hour resume building course. I will make sure that you have a professional resume in your hand by the end of the program. To know more, the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. And now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you have a fantastic career ahead.